Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So in last class, we were discussing about ratio analysis and we have completed the topic that is solvency ratio. Now today we are going to start new topic that is profitability ratio. We are going to start a new topic now that is profitability ratio. चलिए let's do we are going to start a new topic now that is turnover ratio. Sorry, we are going to start turnover ratio. Profitability ratio we will take after turnover ratio. First, let's discuss what is turnover ratio. Turnover ratio is also known as activity ratio. These ratios indicate the speed at which activities of the business are being performed. Through turnover ratio, through activity ratio, we get to know at what speed the transactions, the activities of business are being performed. The activity ratio expresses the number of time assets employed, or for that matter, any constituent of asset is turned into sales during an accounting period. So through activity or through turnover ratio, we will get to know the speed at which the activities of business are performed. For example, at what speed our debtors are paying us, at what speed we are paying to our creditors, at what speed our sales are taking place. So this all we will get to know through turnover ratios. High turnover ratio means better utilization of assets. High turnover ratio means better utilization of assets and signifies improved efficiency and profitability. And it signifies improved efficiency and profitability. चलिए. Now, in turnover ratio, we all know that through turnover ratio, we will get to know the speed at which the activities of business are performed. For example, I told you the speed at which our debtors are paying us, the speed at which we are paying to our creditors, the speed at which our sales are taking place. So the most important activity ratio calculated under this category are in this turnover ratio, we are going to calculate four types of turnover ratio. Inventory ratio, trade receivable turnover ratio, trade payable turnover ratio, and working capital turnover ratio. Let's start with inventory turnover ratio. Inventory means bachcho stock. As I already told you in previous classes that inventory means stock. So inventory turnover ratio can also be known as stock turnover ratio. It determines the number of times inventory is converted into revenue from operations during the accounting period under consideration. Through inventory or stock turnover ratio, we will get to know it determines the number of times inventory is converted into revenue from operation during the accounting period under consideration. It means it will tell us at how many times our stock is converted into sales, at what speed our stock is converted into sales. So what is the ratio of inventory turnover ratio? What is the formula? How you are going to calculate inventory turnover ratio? Inventory turnover ratio equals to cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. The formula to calculate inventory turnover ratio is cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. How you are going to calculate cost of goods sold? Opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. How you are going to calculate cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold means what is the cost of the product that we have sold? What is the cost of the goods that we have sold? So cost of goods sold means the cost of the goods that are sold out. The cost of the goods that are sold out. So cost of good will be calculated as opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. Direct expenses are wages, carriage inward, etc. Wages means the amount that we pay to the workers working in factory is known as wages. The payment that is made to the employees working in office is known as salary. So the wages are the payment that we made to the workers, to the employees working in factory is known as wages. Carriage inward. Carriage inward means, suppose I am making this plastic bottle. To make this plastic bottle, I need the raw material plastic. What will be my raw material to make this plastic bottle? Sir, plastic. Plastic will be the raw material to make this bottle of plastic. Now, this raw material plastic I am purchasing from Surat. My factory is in Jaipur and I am purchasing this raw material from Surat. So, the transportation charges from Surat to Jaipur will be known as carriage inward. The transportation charges that I will pay for purchasing the raw material so that I can receive the raw material from Surat to Jaipur is known as carriage inward. So carriage inward means भाड़ा, जो भाड़ा आप देते हैं रॉ मटेरियल को रिसीव करने के लिए. Average inventory means opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Low turnover of inventory may be due to bad buying, obsolete inventory, etc., and is a danger signal. High turnover is good and it must be carefully interpreted as it may be due to buying in small lots or selling quickly at low margin to realize cash. So how you are going to calculate inventory turnover ratio? Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Average inventory is calculated by opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. And cost of goods sold is calculated by opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. Direct expenses I have given you some example, wages, carriage inward, etc. Acha, if it is not possible to calculate cost of goods sold, then we will consider sales as cost of goods sold. If in a question it is not possible to calculate cost of the goods sold, then we will consider sales as the cost of goods sold. We will consider that the amount of sale is the amount of cost of goods sold. Chaliye, let's start with one illustration so that we can get a clarity on the topic. Example of inventory turnover ratio. From the following item, calculate stock or you can say inventory turnover ratio. Inventory in the beginning 18,000 yani opening stock. Inventory at the end 22,000 yani closing stock. Net purchases 46,000. Wages 14,000. Revenue from operation 80,000. What is revenue from operation? Revenue from operation means sales. Revenue from operation means sales. Carriage inward 4,000. Chaliye. Now I told you the trick how you are going to solve the illustration. First I am going to write solution. Now what is question asking you to calculate? That is inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio. What is the formula? Formula is cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. First of all, I am going to calculate cost of goods sold. I am going to calculate cost of goods sold. Formula was opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So opening stock is 18,000 plus purchases. Purchases is 46,000 plus opening stock plus purchases. Direct expenses, wages and carriage inward. Wages 14,000, carriage inward 4,000. minus closing stock. Closing stock is 22,000. Cost cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold will be equal to cost of goods sold will be equal to cost of goods sold will be equals to 60,000. Cost of goods sold will be equals to 60,000. Then average inventory. Opening stock 18,000 plus closing stock 22,000 divided by 2. Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, that is I think 20,000. So inventory turnover ratio, cost of goods sold 60,000 divided by average inventory 20,000. So inventory turnover ratio, what will be the answer? 3 times. What will be the answer? 3 times. What my point? I hope you all now know how to calculate inventory turnover ratio. We are going to solve some more illustrations. Okay, let's move ahead now. Trade receivable turnover ratio. Sir, what is trade receivable? बच्चों, trade receivable means debtor and bills receivable. Debtors and bills receivable both together are known as trade receivable. What is debtor? Suppose I am manufacturing some product. Suppose I am manufacturing this bag. I have sold rupees 5 lakh bag to Mr. Ram. I have sold bags of rupees 5 lakh to Mr. Ram, of which Mr. Ram do not paid me. I sold on credit. I have sold bags of rupees 5 lakh to Mr. Ram on credit. Now Mr. Ram will be my debtor and I am going to receive rupees 5 lakh from Mr. Ram in future. Now Mr. Ram is my debtor and I am going to receive rupees 5 lakh from Mr. Ram in future. So this is known as debtor. Bills receivable. Suppose I am running a clothes shop. One of my known, Mr. Amit, comes to my shop and purchases clothes of rupees 20,000. Mr. Amit told me that I will pay you 20,000 after 3 months. I said okay, but but I am making a bill. You have to sign on that bill. I make a bill. On that bill, I have written that Mr. Amit purchased a cloth of 10,000 and now he will repay me 10,000 after 3 months. Mr. Amit makes his signature, gives his acceptance. Now this bill will be known as bills receivable because I am going to receive 20,000 from Amit after 3 months when I will show this bill to Mr. Amit. Got my point? So in trade receivable, there will be two things. One is debtor and one is bills receivable. Average trade receivable. Average trade receivable. Acha. Okay. So you know trade receivable meaning? Now it expresses the relationship between credit revenue from operation and trade receivable. It expresses the relationship between credit sales and trade receivable. Trade receivable is generated only when the sale is on credit because if you do cash sale, there will be no debtor and no BR. So trade receivable turnover ratio expresses the relationship between credit sale and trade receivable. What is trade receivable turnover ratio? What is the formula to calculate trade receivable turnover ratio? That is net credit sale divided by average trade receivable. That is net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. Sir, what is net credit sales? What is net credit sales? बच्चों suppose I made a sale of 4 lakh to Mr. Rahul. I made a sale of rupees 4 lakh to Mr. Rahul on credit. Now my credit sale is rupees 4 lakh. But out of this 4 lakh, Mr. Rahul returned to me the product of 1 lakh. Out of the 4 lakh, Mr. Rahul returns to me the goods of 1 lakh. Now, how much money I will demand from Rahul in future? Sir, you made a sale of 4 lakh and out of the 4 lakh, he returns you the product of 1 lakh. Now you can demand only 3 lakh from Rahul. So from total sale 4 lakh, I will deduct rupees 1 lakh sales return. From the total sale 4 lakh, I will deduct rupees 1 lakh sales return. So the net credit sale will come to 3 lakh. So net credit sale means total sale minus sales return. Average trade receivable. Average trade receivable means opening debtor and BR bills receivable plus closing debtors and bills receivable divided by 2. Opening debtor and BR plus closing debtor and BR divided by 2. It needs to be noted that debtor should be taken before making any provision for doubtful debt. High turnover means speedy collection from trade receivable. Let's do one illustration. Let's do one illustration now. Example of trade receivable turnover ratio. Calculate the trade receivable turnover ratio from the following information. Calculate the trade receivable turnover ratio from the following information. Total revenue from operation 4 lakhs. But revenue from operation means sales. Whenever it says revenue from operation means sales. Total revenue from operation 4 lakh. Total revenue from operation means cash as well as credit. We have sold some product in cash, we have sold some product on credit. So both credit sale plus cash sale equals to total sale. So it says total revenue from operation 4 lakh. Cash revenue from operation 20% of total revenue from operation. Out of this 4 lakh, 20% is cash sale. So can you tell me how much is credit sale? Sir, if out of 4 lakh 20% is cash sale, it means 80% is credit sale. Trade receivable at 1st April 2014, 40,000. Trade receivable as at 31st March 2015, 1 lakh 20,000. It means opening trade receivable 40,000, closing trade receivable 1 lakh 20,000. Now let's solve this illustration. Trade receivable turnover ratio. Trade receivable turnover ratio. Formula was net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. Net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. Now first let's calculate net credit sales. Let's calculate net credit sales. Let's calculate net credit sales. So net credit sales, let's see what it is given in illustration. It says total sale 4 lakh, out of the 4 lakh 20% is cash. So credit is 80%. 4 lakh into 80 divided by 100. 4 lakh into 80 divided by 100. So what will be the answer? The answer will be 3 lakh 20,000. It means net credit sale is 3 lakh 20,000. Got my point? Now average trade receivable 40 plus 120 divided by 2. 40,000 plus 1 lakh 20,000 divided by 2. The answer will be 40 plus 120, 160 divided by 2, 80,000. So what is average trade receivable turnover ratio? 3,20,000 divided by 80,000. What will be the answer? 3,20,000 divided by 80,000? 4 times. Answer is 4 times. But my point, you all know how to calculate now trade receivable turnover ratio. Let's move ahead now. Sorry. Trade payable turnover ratio. Trade payable turnover ratio indicates the pattern of payment of trade payable. बच्चों in trade receivable we include debtors and BR. In trade payable there are two things, that is creditors and bills payable. Creditors are the persons to whom we have to pay in future. Bills payable is the bill on which we have given the acceptance and we have to pay some amount to the person holding the bills payment. Bills payable. So bills trade payable turnover ratio equals to net credit purchase divided by average trade payable. Net credit purchase divided by average trade payable. Why net credit purchase? Bachcho, because in cash purchase there is no creditors and no bills payable. So that's why trade payable turnover ratio will be calculated on net credit purchase divided by trade payable, average trade payable. Lower ratio means credit allowed by the supplier is for a long period and it may reflect delayed payment to supplier, which is not a very good. Now, example of trade payable turnover ratio. Calculate trade payable turnover ratio from the following figures. Credit purchases during 14-15, 12 lakh. Already in question it is given credit purchase 12 lakh. Creditor on 1st April 2014, yani opening creditor 3 lakh. Bills payable on 1st April 2014, yani opening bills payable 1 lakh. Creditor on 31st March 2015, yani closing creditors 130. Bills payable on 31st March 2015, that is closing bills payable 70,000. Let's now calculate. Solution. Trade payable turnover ratio. What is the formula? Formula is net credit purchase divided by average trade payable divided by average trade payable. Let's calculate net credit purchase. What is net credit purchase? Let's see. Net credit purchase is given in question 12 lakh. We do not need to calculate. It is already given in question. Now, average trade payable. What is average trade payable? Let's see. Opening creditor and bills payable plus closing creditors and bills payable divided by 2. So opening creditor and bill payable is 3 lakh and 1 lakh. 3 lakh plus 1 lakh plus closing creditor and bill payable is 130 and 70 plus divided by 2. So average trade payable will be equals to 3 plus 1, 4 lakh, 4 lakh plus 130, that is 530 plus 70, 60. 60 divided by 6 lakh divided by 2, 3 lakh. trade payable turnover ratio will be 12 lakh divided by 3 lakh. So trade payable turnover ratio will be 4 times. Will be 4 times. I hope you all know how to calculate now trade payable turnover ratio. Let's move ahead now. Working capital turnover ratio. How you are going to calculate working capital turnover ratio? Net revenue from operation divided by working capital. Net revenue from operation. Revenue from operation means sales. Net sales divided by working capital. Net sales. It means it will include both cash and credit sale. But net sales. Net sales means minus sales return. So cash sale plus credit sale minus sales return equals to net sales. Cash sale plus credit sale minus sales return equals to net sales divided by working capital. Higher turnover reflect efficient utilization resulting in higher liquidity and profitability in the business. From the following information, calculate net capital working turnover ratio. Net working capital turnover ratio. Net revenue equals to 20 lakh. Working capital equals to 5 lakh. Solution. What is the formula? वर्किंग कैपिटल टर्नओवर रेशियो का फॉर्मूला होता है नेट रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन डिवाइड बाय वर्किंग कैपिटल. So net revenue from operation is 20 lakh divided by 5 lakh. The answer is 4 times. So please tell me, do you all know now how to calculate these turnover ratios? We have discussed 4 types of turnover ratio, that is inventory turnover ratio, trade receivable turnover ratio, trade payable turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio. You all understand how to calculate? I am repeating once again. Let's revise and then we will move ahead. Inventory turnover ratio equals to cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. How you are going to calculate cost of goods sold? Opening stock plus purchases plus direct expense minus closing stock. How you are going to calculate average inventory? Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Trade receivable turnover ratio. How you are going to calculate trade receivable turnover ratio? Trade receivable turnover ratio equals to net credit sale divided by average trade receivable. Net credit sale means total credit sale minus sales return. Average trade receivable means opening debtor plus DR plus closing debtor and DR divided by 2. Trade payable turnover ratio equals to net credit purchase divided by average trade payable. Last, working capital turnover ratio equals to net revenue from operation divided by working capital. Chaliye, let's do some more illustration. I have given some illustrations in homework. Let's try to solve those illustrations. Please everyone check the answers. I am sharing the PPT with you. Let's try to solve the illustrations. From the following information, calculate debt equity ratio. Equity share capital 1 lakh, preference share capital 50,000, general reserve 15,000, accumulated profit 20,000, other reserves 25,000, debentures 55,000, sundry trade creditors 40,000, long term borrowing 15,000. Okay. Solution. Question is asking to calculate debt equity ratio. First of all, we will write the formula of debt equity ratio. What was the formula of debt equity ratio? Long term debt divided by shareholder fund. Long-term debt divided by shareholder fund. First, let us calculate long-term debt. Long-term debt. Equity share capital, preference share capital, general reserve, accumulated profit, other reserve. These are part of shareholder fund. Debentures. Debenture is a long-term debt, 55,000. Sundry creditors. Creditors is a short-term debt. Long-term borrowing is a long-term debt, 15,000. So 55 plus 15, the answer will be 70,000. Now let us calculate shareholders fund. Equity share capital 1 lakh, preference share capital 50,000. General ledger 15,000, accumulated profit 20,000. Other reserves 25,000. So what will be the total? 1 lakh plus 150, 1 lakh plus 50,000, 150. 150 plus 25 plus 15, 40, 15, 60. The answer will be the answer will be 2 lakh 10,000. Now debt equity ratio equals to 70,000 plus divided by 10,000. So debt equity ratio will be how much? Will be 1 is to 3. Debt equity ratio will be 1 is to 3. But my point everyone? ऐसा ही किया था आप लोगों ने? If not, please check your answers then. Illustration number 2. From the following information, calculate proprietary ratio. Equity share capital 2 lakh, preference share capital 1 lakh, reserve and surplus 50,000, debentures 20,000, creditors 5,000, fixed asset 1 lakh 25,000, debtor 25,000, cash 15,000, stock 10,000, investment 55,000. Let's do the calculation. Proprietary ratio. What is the formula? Shareholder fund divided by total asset. Shareholder fund divided by total asset. First, let us first calculate shareholder fund. Equity share capital 2 lakh, preference share capital 1 lakh. Okay. Then reserve and surplus 50,000. Debenture, creditor, fixed asset, data, stock, inventory. Okay, no more than 50,000. So 2 lakh plus 1 lakh, 3 lakh plus 50,000, that is 3 lakh 50,000. Total asset equals to debenture is not an asset, creditor is not an asset, fixed asset 1 lakh 25,000, debtors 25,000. Of debtor 25,000. Cash 15,000, stock 10,000. Investment 55,000. Anything else? No? total will be 2,30,000. Here it is given total 2,30,000. A proprietary ratio equals to 3,50,000 divided by 2,30,000. So proprietary ratio will be how much? Let's see. 1.52 ratio 1. चलिए, let's do illustration number 3 now. From the following information, calculate total asset to debt ratio. From the following information, calculate total asset to debt ratio. Total asset to debt ratio. Formula is total assets divided by long-term debt. Let us first calculate total asset. Share capital, no. Reserve and surplus is not an asset. Debenture, long-term borrowing, current liability, not an asset. Furniture. Furniture 4 lakh, machine 2 lakh. Furniture 4 lakh, machine 2 lakh. Non-current investment 1 lakh and current asset 2 lakh. Non-term investment 1 lakh plus current asset 2 lakh equals to 4 plus 2 6 plus 1 7 plus 2 9. 9 lakh. Now long-term debts. Share capital, reserve and surplus is a part of shareholder fund. Debenture 50,000 is a long-term debt and long-term borrowing 150. So debenture 50 plus long-term borrowing 150. 2 lakh. So total asset to debt ratio. Total asset to debt ratio. Total asset 9 lakh divided by long-term debt, that is 2 lakh. So total asset to debt ratio will be 9:2. Let's do one more illustration. From the following details, calculate interest coverage ratio. From the following details, calculate interest coverage ratio. Profit after interest and tax 1,98,000. Profit after interest and tax 1,98,000. Rate of income tax 40%. 15% debenture equals to 2 lakh. Chalo, let's go. What was the formula? Formula was profit before interest and tax divided by interest charges. We have to calculate interest coverage ratio. The formula is profit before interest and tax divided by fixed interest charges. So let us first calculate interest charges. Let us calculate interest. 15% debenture equals to 2 lakh. As I told you that this 15% that is written before debenture is the rate of interest. So we issued debenture in the market of rupees 2 lakh, and on this 2 lakh we are going to give interest at the rate 15%. So this on this 2 lakh rupees loan we are going to give 15% interest. So what will be the interest? 2 lakh into 15 divided by 100. So what will be the answer? That is 30,000. 2 lakh into 15% equals to 30,000. Okay. Now we are going to calculate profit before interest and tax. In question it is given profit after deducting interest and tax. Profit after deducting interest and tax. But we need to calculate profit before deducting interest and tax. So if in this 1,98,000 interest and tax is deducted, what we will do? We will add back interest and tax in this 1,98,000. It is said that rate of income tax is 40%. It means whatever was the profit from that 40% income tax was deducted and the remaining 60% is left. So this 1,98,000 is equals to 60% because from this 40% tax has been deducted. So 1,98,000 is equals to 60%, and we want complete 100%. So 1,98,000 divided by 60 into 100. What will be the answer? 1,93,30. Okay. So we will that is 3,30,000 profit before tax. Now we will add, this is profit before tax because we have add back the tax. Now if you will calculate 40% of 330, it will come 1,98,000. If you calculate 40% of 330, it will come 1,98,000. Now I am going to add back interest, that is 30,000. The total is 360. So interest coverage ratio is equal to profit before interest and tax, that is 360, 3,60,000 divided by interest, that is 30,000. So the answer will be 12 times. Answer will be 12 times. So everyone got my point? Any doubt, anyone? Please, for the illustrations, again I am showing you. If you want to attempt, please attempt these illustrations at home. This is the illustration. Illustration number 2. Illustration number 3. You can take a photo or a screenshot. Illustration number 4. Please everyone try to solve these illustrations on your own also. In next class, we will start the next topic. I hope everyone now understood what is solvency ratio, turnover ratio, and current ratio. One more ratio is left that we are going to cover in next class. Thank you everyone for joining. Please everyone take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.